Tonight, we explore places where human tragedy has seeped into the very foundation of the earth. These are not merely structures built across a gap. They are the silent concrete and wooden witnesses to our desperate final moments. From the quiet woods of Vermont, where one covered bridge holds the sorrowful tale of a woman's heartbreak and a spirit's unending rage, to the suburbs of Virginia, stalked by a bizarre figure in a costume, whose terrorizing real-life encounters quickly spiraled into an urban legend at the Bunny Man Overpass. And then we look to the grand, yet grievously named, Suicide Bridge in Pasadena, California. A stunning archway that hides over a century of sorrow beneath its elegant facade. And finally, deep into the heart of Illinois, where one might drive to the ominous Wabash Cannonball Crossing, can summon something unsettling and distinctly purple from the void. These are the haunted thoroughfares of America, and they demand a moment of silence. They demand your attention, and the journey, it starts now.
Well, good evening, obsessors, oppressors, and possessors. It is I, your handsome, humble, and, well, little deranged host, Alec McCann, and with me, as always,
Julia.
And with us, we have... Is something wrong? He's a little sad. You know, I don't know if you could tell, but he talked back. And we don't do that in this house, do we, Jake? You know what? Why don't I help you out here? Oh,
He's being an open.
look at that hair. So, Jacob, do you have something you wish to tell the group?
Don't talk back.
Don't talk back. Alright, now that we've got that settled, we'll jump into some stories. And we're back. Thank you for that interruption and indulging my son in his antics. Yes. That was all his idea, except for the taping of his wrist. That was me. But we're going to jump into some, what are they called?
Haunted bridges.
Haunted bridges. That's right. Which will probably, I imagine, did the Goat Man show up in this episode?
No.
Down in Abilene, Texas, I think it is.
So it came up in my research,
But you didn't put it
I
down?
didn't do it because we've talked about him enough.
Ad nauseum.
And while I like goats,
You don't like Goat Man?
he's alright.
You don't like,
I've heard enough about him.
you don't like that man with six-pack abs, rippling muscles, but a goat head that sometimes goes, ah!
No,
You don't like that?
I'm good.
Alright, well. Hold on. I did that at the right time. Now, as a nation, we are obsessed with finding haunted bridges. I really feel that I am quite as obsessed as you seem to think the nation is
I like them.
about haunted bridges. You just like bridges. If this was an episode about trains, you'd be like, we all know trains are the best thing that's ever existed.
Because they are.
But have you ever been on a haunted train before? Let me tell you what, I am obsessed with finding haunted trains and haunted bridges. If I could find a haunted penguin, I'd go after it.
Maybe I'm autistic a little bit.
You, because you like haunted trains and bridges?
And I'm drinking my milk. My white milk.
She doesn't really know what autism is, so if you don't mind not being offended by her and her ignorance.
No, the trains, though. There's been studies.
Yes, there's been studies of children with autism hyper-focusing on one individual thing their entire life. Can you tell me anything about trains other than some are powered by steam and some are powered by electricity? That would be the steam.
Fast.
I think it's safe to say you're not autistic. At least not with trains.
Ow, my neck hurts.
Because your body's trying to tell you to stop talking. About autism. Poor people are like, we're done. This one's silly. Alright, now, as a nation, we are obsessed with finding haunted bridges. Maybe it's because they carry us over scary, for me,
For me.
for her, bodies of water across I don't like I don't like the ocean. I'm not a big fan of Deep Creek Lake.
Really?
Well, just because I know there are sharks in there now. Anything that has a thing that can bite me underwater, like I don't like our creek. Now that I know there are eels in it. A pool you can put me in, if you tell me this is a wave pool and it's the size of a lake and you haven't put any creatures in it, alright? If you tell me this is an ocean and nothing lives in it, okay.
No.
But if you tell me, okay, this is the ocean and what happens to live in here, first thing you say is killer whales, I'm out. I don't even put a foot in the water. I'm not doing that. Because killer whales are the devilfish. Because they're devil. Think about it. When you see a Mexican tree frog or dirt frog or whatever they are, they're beautiful, vibrant colors. You know what that means? I'm poisonous. Don't eat me. When you have something beautiful in nature, it's deadly. That's why chickens are not like, oh my goodness, this is the most beautiful chicken I've ever seen in my life. Like, some chickens are pretty, and you find out those are the ones that will attack you. The ugly things, like, don't go up and hug a panda.
Aww.
Don't go over and find the biggest, shaggiest bull with the longest horns you can, because it will hurt you. Beauty kills. That's why she married me. She knows she's safe. And I'm gonna die. Anyway. Now. Oh my gosh. Across Great Dogs! Stop it, you two!
You hit one of them. Who was it?
Well, I think it was Max. Oh! He bounced his head off the board. I just threw a little thing of tape at him. It wasn't anything dangerous before you think, oh man, he's taping his children together. He's hitting his dogs with rolls of tape. We're going to have to get someone down there to save this family. Across great heights, meaning that we have to put our survival in their hands as we ride or drive over them. I actually think of every time I see a bridge, it never fails. I always think of the scene in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom where he's got bad guys coming from each side and he's in the middle of this rope bridge and he's got a machete and he says, something, you want to see Kali? Get ready to meet Kali in hell. And then and the rope bridge breaks because he cut it with a machete.
And then where does he go?
He grabs on. He tells them to grab onto something onto the bridge, so they wrap themselves in the rope of the bridge before he does it, so that they fall and they're safe. So anyway, bridges are shadow cloaked and easy places to hide. Huh? Have you ever been across a modern bridge before?
These aren't modern bridges.
That's not, but we're just saying bridge. You gotta say like cover old bridges or something, because
Well, a lot of these are covered.
if you go across the bridge going to Moorfield, you ain't hiding nowhere on there unless you're going over the edge. And I wouldn't.
That's where I am going.
So we're going with old bridges are shadow cloaked and easy places to hide, and so often used as locations for murders and other illicit activities under the bridges. Oh my goodness, she's putting on nail finish while I do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I am high at the end of this episode, it's a combination of things. It's, oh my goodness, that is strong varnish you got there, man. Jules, we don't condone or support any kind of recreational drug use unless it's from a decent plant. What, a decent plant?
Like how aggressively I put the lid back in the nail polish.
We differ on some things. Now, since these cloaked bridges hold murders and prostitutes, because that's what illicit activities. You got the whores under the bridge.
That's what I like.
Trying. turning tricks for drugs, or people just throwing people. If they're doing it for $1, that's some self devaluation. No one is worth $1. No, I don't even care if they've got half a face caved in. That's $5. You don't have to look at them. You're paying for the use.
Lucky I'm letting you do this.
No, you're paying for the use. That's what you're paying for, the use. That's all. If it gets done what it's supposed to get done, shouldn't cost more than a cup of coffee. Right? Anything higher than $5-10, you're paying for looks. Or other services that you. We don't need to get into the classifications of prostitutes, although it seems like it would be a fun topic, but it's not a ghost topic. Anyway, so murderers and hookers at the bottom of a bridge, they are, or gnomes or trolls looking to kill your billy goats for the privilege of not being paid. I don't think that's what you do with trolls. I don't think so. I think that's just fairies and.
I think you leave it to trolls.
Okay. I've never heard that. They are wooden and concrete spectators to hangings, deaths, suicides. You go ahead and look it up. I could be wrong. Because trolls are considered fae, aren't they? Is the milk thing all around? No, traditionally people do not leave milk out for trolls. Scandinavian, they're not fae. They're Scandinavian. They're from Vikings.
Trolls are generally considered to be wild, sometimes malevolent creatures that live in remote areas.
Like mountains.
You leave them porridge, coffee, beer, bread, bacon, and lemons.
Everything that makes
Or
for a
goat
steaming
meat
pile.
stew.
Trolls must be disgusting. Max!
So we leave milk to the fae.
Yes, and beer to the trolls.
Yeah.
Why does that fit?
Right?
Weirdly fits. Alright, so they are spectators to hangings, deaths, suicides, escapes, and are often coded with graffiti and neglect. Just thinking about, how do you coat something in neglect? Not much jizz on it. Cover the whole bridge in jizz. So fungus
Ew.
starts spreading. Look at that neglect. I put that neglect there myself. People stopped listening right there. They were like, okay, you know what? Calm down there. Bridges of Madison County. There are places where the boundary between the human world and the natural world grow thin. Because of this, we can't help but suspect that the boundary between the realm of our living and the dead might grow thin around them too. The old trope of the imp, troll, or ghoul lurking under the bridge might relate to this, as do many of the upcoming legends we're about to tell you. But we're going to start with Emily's Bridge, located in Vermont. It's a covered bridge built in 1844 and is said to be haunted by none other than Big James T. He whips anybody in the eyes that dares set foot on the wet wooden panels of this beautiful, ornate covered bridge built in 1844. He tells people, "This my bridge, pay the toll." You heard about the troll with the billy goats like we mentioned before? He was the one, and it wasn't that he took their heads, he whipped them off with his willow branches. No, actually, it is said. Hold on, I have to throw something at my dogs again. Hey! Stop it, you two! Max, stop trying to hump her. Get down. Bad dog. Stop that nonsense.
He's been wrecked.
Clearly. Get him a girlfriend so he can have one last ride before we chop them things off. We'll get his done the same day I get mine done.
Aww.
We can be scar buddies.
Poor babies.
So it is said that this bridge is haunted by the vengeful spirit named Emily. Not Big James T. This single lane, 50-foot covered bridge is known as the spot where a girl with a broken heart took her own life. Now, the most common story surrounding Emily's bridge says that a young woman named Emily hanged herself off of the bridge after her love dumped her. Visitors claim to have heard screams, footsteps, and banging. And let me be clear, this is like knocking on the door kind of banging, not kind of banging. I did that perfectly too. Did you hear that? TikTok. No, I won't. No. No, it's YouTube Shorts and Facebook. All those kids that get away with it playing in a talent show, they play the thing and then start the actual song, and people are like, oh, and then teachers.
I don't see those.
Oh well, that's because I like kids being rebellious, and you're not like oh, let me see what these doggies are doing.
Yeah, pretty much. Dogs wearing clothes.
Yeah, and I'm kids being bad. That's what I'm like. They have reported seeing a ghostly figure in a white dress and feeling uneasy, and having experienced unexplained scratches on their cars, especially in the men. People report feeling uneasy, experiencing cold spots, and feeling like they're being touched or pushed. Phones and radios almost... Max, leave her alone. Goodness.
Yeah, he's gonna eat my highlighter.
He's not gonna, it's right there. And if he doesn't stop, I hope he eats the highlighter and gets sick. Leave her alone, Max.
And she's sitting in the queen chair.
She doesn't even have heat for you to be going after her like that. She is fixed.
Look how cute she is. She doesn't even fit.
Big fat girl. Look, she's got. Oh, it's upside down. That's why she doesn't fit. Oh my goodness, we've been off our medicine too long. Do you see this? Oh goodness. I know. We haven't even gotten. Like, I'm right here. Okay. Phones and radios almost always malfunction. Some have claimed. I might hit you with stuff, man. Stop it.
You're too distracting.
He's trying to hump our dog. I'm about to find a new home for him.
Getting it with the couch the other day while he was eating soup that the children left on the couch. He was eating his soup and getting it.
He didn't finish, right?
Ooh, that's what's been
Oh my god! Oh! I just thought maybe it was some juice or something, and clearly it was some pimp juice. Oh! I'm never sitting on that couch again, man. You don't even need to get the stuff off of there now. That's its use. That's just what it is now. It's a placeholder for things.
Where are my eyeballs are itching?
That's because you've been sleeping in cum on the couch. what's happening. My eyeballs would be itchy too if I fell asleep where a dog just kept jizzing all over because he doesn't know how to hold himself while he's fucking eating. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? That's disgusting. I hate this dog. Like,
I need to get out.
every time I feel some sort of passion or love towards him, then I realize something else that's disgusting. He's a disgusting dog. He looks cute. He acts fine. He's disgusting.
He's adorable. And he listens so well.
It says, don't screw the couch. He's like, if you put soup on it, I'm gonna put my penis in there. That's just how it works. That's his trigger. Anything you put soup on, he's like, that's what I'm gonna put it in. Put it on the stove. Oh, that heat. Oh. This is not that show. We gotta keep going. The legend seems to have originated in the late 1960s, possibly concocted by local teenagers. Speaking of concocted, up next we have the Bunnyman Bridge.
Close by.
I don't know that I'm going to take this one seriously. You know what? I actually need some music for this one. Would you care to cue that music for me? Up next, we have the Bunnyman Bridge, located just up the road from us in Fairfax County, Virginia. Now, this legend originates from real incidents that happened in October 1970. A man in a bunny suit was attacking people with an axe and a hatchet near the Colchester Overpass. Is that real? Can you look that up? Did you look that up? That's a real thing. They said, I just saw The Shining, and let me tell you what. Donnie Darko hadn't even happened.
Apparently, Donnie Darko came from this.
From this?
Yeah.
Okay. A man in a bunny suit was attacking people with an axe or a hatchet near the Colchester Overpass, also called the Bunnyman Bridge. It is said that the man wearing the suit was an escaped mental patient, I would say so, with tales claiming that he would hang victims' bodies from the bridge. What? How active? Oh, okay. A historian activist. What is that? Oh, someone probably fights for, like, historical landmark rights and stuff. Like, say that McCoy Grand Theater was, like, super duper old.
Yeah.
It could be declared as a landmark site so that it can't, or a historical landmark site so that it can't be torn down. Now, historian activist by the name of Brian Conley extensively researched the legend and located two incidents of a man in a rabbit costume. Were they the same person? Okay.
I think it was. I assumed it was the same.
Two incidents of a man in a rabbit costume threatening people with an axe. The reports occurred 10 days apart in 1970. The first incident was reported on the evening of October 19th by Cadet Robert Bennett and his fiance.
Fiance?
I was actually going to say fancy. He's fancy. Cadet Robert Bennett, is that an actual military boy, or is that an ROTC boy? My client gets really excited and says, "How's that ROTC?"
Oh yeah.
I tell him that's not something you can use your better discount for. That's something you do in high school. But I still know all the stuff. I love that man though. He's funny.
He seemed excited to have visitors.
he gets very excited to have people, and he likes to show his stuff off, and it's very cool stuff that he gets to show off. So I don't begrudge him. And Oliver's just the right kind of person to be like. As soon as he saw the truck, he was like, "Oh!" And then he gave him the thing, and he was like, he said, "Oh!" Now, the first incident was reported on. Oh, we already did this. Why aren't you keeping track? Why do I have an assistant? Like you're not my co-host. They were visiting family in the area. Around midnight, when returning from a football game, they reportedly parked their car in a field to visit an uncle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a funny uncle, is that what you're visiting? Who lived across the street. As they sat there with the motor running, they noticed something moving outside the rear window. Minutes later, a man dressed in a white bunny suit with long bunny ears ran out from the nearby bushes and began shouting, "You're on private property. I have your tag number." The man threw a hatchet through the passenger window.
Vicious.
That is fantastic. He said, "Oh, you're on private property. I have your tag number." And he said, "But it don't matter because I'm going to murder you." Oh.
That would be the last time I parked anywhere and just sat in my car.
Wait a minute. It gets even better. I didn't think it could. So he throws the hatchet and then immediately runs back into the bushes. So he says, "Ah!" He just disappears like some Stephen King creature. Just is like, "I'm in the tall grass now." Oh. All right, so Bennett and his fiance fled the scene uninjured. I would be gone and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Uncle. We didn't.
Right?
We're never." The second reported sighting occurred on Halloween when construction security guard Paul Phillips. Ooh, nice alliteration, Paul Phillips.
Right?
That's good.
Oh, pee-pee.
That's what. Oh man, if they ever do a movie or TV show where Spider-Man is back in high school again, and he's a nerd, like he's supposed to be low on the totem pole, kind of just nobody looks at him kind of deal. And it would be great if they started calling him P.P. Parker. Oh, P.P.'s here. Oh, look at the little P.P. We've had a lot of penis on this episode. There's been a lot of penis.
Trigger warning.
Yeah, trigger warning. We talk about penises. All right. So, wait. Before I do this, I used to go. I hope he never sees this episode. I wasn't friends with him or anything, but I don't want him to know I'm still making fun of his name. So there was a kid that we went to school with, and I'm pretty sure Jordan can confirm this. His name was Philip in Men. It's not interesting. It's gay. And you know how bad high school students are. You know, like I was like, "You Philip and Men." Knowing, by the way, at that point, that Jordan had confessed to me that he was bisexual. So it's not like I was like anti-homosexual or anything, but his name was Philip N. Men. That is not okay. His parents should have seen the problem right there.
True.
They should have said Philip N. Men and been like, maybe we don't do that.
Right.
Because no matter what you put in, like, what you name him Richard? What's his name? Dick and Men. No, there's everything you put in front of that name makes him sound gay, even if it's a normal game. If his name is Josh Inman. Exactly. Like, you have to get people to constantly say the middle name so that it sounds broken up. Philip, whatever, Herbert Inman. I know, but at least you're not filling up in men. Anyway, there people are like, okay, that's still a lot of penis talk. But his name was Philip Inman. Like, that's terrible. So anyway, this security guard, who is not Philip Inman, but Paul Phillips. It's a very body episode today. Approached a man standing on the porch of an unfinished home. He says the man was wearing white, black, and a gray bunny suit. Phillips says, I started to talk to him, and that's when he started chopping. Hey man, what are you doing? Oh man. The man began chopping at a porch post with a long-handled axe, with some reports saying 8 gashes were struck into the pole. Phillips said, the man said, all you people trespass around here, and you're trespassing. If you come any closer, I'll chop your head off. Phillips left the porch to get his gun, and by the time he had returned, the rabbit had run off into the woods. So there's just a crazy rabbit man living in the woods, throwing hatchets, hiding in bushes.
Pretty much, yes.
This is the best story that I've ever. I don't even see a ghost associated with this. This is just some crazy person in a rabbit costume living in the woods, telling people they're trespassing on their own land.
Sometimes we don't need a ghost. We just need crazy.
Throwing hatchets in windows. And not even going to get the hatchet back, just being like,
leave it for evidence.
Like, maybe he was like swinging it, like, get out of here, and it left his hand, and he was like, oh, I've made a terrible mistake, and so he just goes into the bush and hides over and they won't see me. He's mentally handicapped. He figures they can't see him. They don't know where I went. When I enter this bush, I'm in Narnia. They don't know where I am. I'm the king here. That's what it is. That's why he goes in the woods. He's the king of the animals, little bunny man.
Oh, little bunny person.
I need it again, would you? Thank you. All right, so in the weeks following the incident, more than 50 people contacted the police claiming to have seen the Bunny Man. Interest increases around Halloween every year, and starting in 2003, local authorities began controlling access to the area. Halloween 2011, over 200 people, some as far away from Pennsylvania-Maryland state line, were turned away during a 14-hour traffic checkpoint into the area because these people are coming to find the Bunny Man.
I guess, yeah.
He threw a hatchet at at a couple.
That would make me stay away.
He attacked a business, a construction site, and said, I'm gonna kill you if you come any closer. 50 feet, 6 feet, haven't you heard the rule? Oh, man. Thank you for the music, by the way. That was good. Oh, goodness. I've never needed a story more. I don't even know what's our length on that story. We took 31 minutes to tell that story, Jules. 31. We haven't even left the first page of your notes. This is gonna be a long. Oh wait, no, we just went to the second page. That's where that paragraph was. Yep. So it's still gonna be a long episode, man. All right, so Colorado. We're going to Colorado Street Bridge in Pasadena, California. It's so weird. All right. It's also known as the Suicide Bridge. I'm guessing trigger warning just by the name of the bridge.
Yeah.
Now, this majestic guys, we know people kill themselves. It is unfortunate. We know people kill themselves. If you don't want to be reminded of that, then I guess close your eyes to the world. This majestic 1913 bridge not only wowed early travelers crossing the bridge, but soon took on a more sinister note when people began to leap from the 150-foot bridge to their deaths. Was there like a mass, like a rash of them, like one after the other, boom, 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 or is it like, okay. I was going to say, because I would be a little concerned if people were just randomly and consecutively throwing themselves off of the bridge.
Like standing in line.
Yeah. So, within a decade of its construction, locals had begun to call the bridge Suicide Bridge. In 1937, an 8-foot-high barrier was added to the bridge in order to deter... Man. I'm having some indigestion. In order to deter future suicides. Well, it's 150 feet. How? What? An 8-foot barrier? On what?
So,
like, how does that work?
On the sides.
Which sides?
No, all the two sides.
I would hope they would make it so that they can't climb up it.
I imagine they would. If it's a barrier, I would imagine it was made that way.
Alright, well, let's find out. Many believe that the Colorado Street Bridge is haunted. And that's saying a lot in a town that Jack Parsons, whoever that is, alleged was a portal to hell in the Devil's Gate region. But we'll get to that another day. We're going to get to that another day. Alright. In Pasadena's early days...
Probably should write that down.
So that we, because... Oh! I've got one announcement at the end of this episode, if you'll stick around for it. Just... Devil's Gate. The what? What'd you say? Did you say Wanda Parsons? Oh, I know.
Jack Parsons. I said John Parsons.
You don't want Jack Parsons. You want Devil's Gate. Jack Parsons was the rocket scientist. Remember we watched that one episode of Lore on Amazon? He was the guy, the rocket scientist that was trying to mix his rocket science with magic. Ended up in that house with the chick, and at some point Aleister Crowley, who stole the dude's girl.
Yeah.
And he kept seeing the red woman in the rockets and all that. He was a weird dude, but an interesting person to do some history on. But not quite, I don't know, it's not ghosty enough. Or it's also not wacky enough to do like the Hatchet Bunnyman. It's not like that. It's more of like, what was this dude doing? What drugs was this dude doing? Yes. Not like, whoa, that's crazy. He wasn't throwing hatchets at people and running into the bushes. You know, that kind of zaniness is what we need. That was like a real life adult version Looney Tune. It's just like, the last of the Mohicans. So, in Pasadena's early days, before historic Colorado Bridge was built, crossing the Arroyo Seco was a challenging task. Horses, wagons descended the steep eastern slope, crossed the stream over a smaller bridge, and climbed back up the west bank through Eagle Rock Pass. The bridge was designed and built by a firm from Kansas City, Missouri, coming over and helping California. That's nice of them. The first tragedy on the bridge occurred before construction was even complete. Allegedly, one of the bridge workers toppled over the side and plunged headfirst into a vat of wet concrete. His co-workers assumed he could not be saved and left his body in the dry cement.
Rude as hell.
He's only one of the many souls that are said to haunt Suicide Bridge. The first suicide.
Come back and haunt them.
Right, like you couldn't just get me out of there.
Like you could have pulled me out
And seen if I was dead.
right?
And also, he landed head first, right? That's what it said. Plunged head first into a vat of wet concrete. Was he just up? Like, was it legs up?
Yes.
Well,
And
there goes
concrete
Frank. We can't
doesn't
get him.
set that fast. Like,
Well,
you
it even
could've
says
pulled him out.
it says wet concrete left his body in the quick drying cement. Yeah, maybe it was already, but then how did he? They just straight up killed this guy. That's
They
all.
left
That's
him
all
to
I can
die.
say is that they straight up killed this guy. Although maybe my mind is still in cartoon land where he's just like this, Like, these are his legs and they can grab him. Maybe that's not how it worked. Maybe he, went all the way in to the vat and they were like, you can't get in there. And it's just, I guess he's dead. Who knows? But he's only one of the only. You know what? Let's just move on to the first suicide. It's occurring right now. No. The first suicide occurred on November 16th, 1919, followed by several others, especially during the Great Depression, which you can understand. You saw a lot of people jumping off the Empire State Building during the Great Depression, all that stuff. Over the years, it is estimated that more than 100 people took their lives leaping over this bridge. My goodness, I would just stop working on this bridge. One of the more notable suicides is when a despondent mother trigger warning on this one. Yeah. This one seems kind of bad. I know I made fun of people about this, but this one, I'd want someone to at least give me the chance. There is a problem here with child harm. So if you want to skip this, maybe go, let's say, how fast would this take me to read? 10 seconds? I think we could do that. Alright, so skip to 10 seconds. One of the more notable suicides was when a despondent mother threw her baby over the railing on May 1st, 1937, and then leapt over the side herself. The mother died, but her child miraculously survived. Oh, maybe that's not a trigger warning.
It starts out as one.
According to local tales, several spirits are said to wander the bridge and the waters below. Now, others have heard crying coming from the canyon. One report tells of a man often seen wandering the bridge. Others have claimed to see a woman in long flowing robes standing on the bridge, vanishing as she throws herself off. Why do all these spirits have the best clothes for
right?
drama? Like, why is it never... I saw this chick in a purple hoodie just... Whoop!
Right.
It's always... She had a light flowing dress. Why are you getting dressed up to kill yourself? Over and over and over again for people to see. Why aren't you selling tickets if you're going to get that dressed up? Ghosts have no sense of business.
She ran out in the night in her nightgown.
What I'm saying is, why is no one running out in the night in their SpongeBob, SpongeBob pajamas or something, you know? Like, nobody's out there, I'm going to kill myself in the best lingerie. Like, come on. You need to do something spectacular than long flowing robes, because how am I going to know when you die? You're wearing long flowing robes. I'm going to just assume, well, there goes the Victorian ghost. She killed herself because of their attitudes. Turn your head and think of England. That's what Queen Victoria told women to do when it was time to have relations with their husband. Because attitudes towards sex at that time was like, it's only for procreation, not so you can have fun, ladies. So that's when she told women to turn your head. Basically. Not this. That's what you're going to do next time. England, England, England. If I hear you say England one time, I'm done. I'll be like, all right. Clearly this ain't working. I'm gonna go see what the shower's got going on. Phantom forms are seen walking the riverbed, and the atmosphere is often described as thick. The bridge was the center of tragic news once again in October 2015 when noted actor, model, and musician Sam Sparpong, I don't know who he's noted to, took his life by jumping off of the bridge. Who is this dude?
I don't have a clue.
But you said he was noted.
He was to these people, apparently.
Noted because he jumped off a bridge? Is that
Well, he apparently was a really good musician or something.
Alright, well, I'm going to find him real quick. Sparpong? Sam Sparpong. Nope. Don't know him from anything. No woman scorned. Older than me. By a lot. Older than you by quite a bit, too.
Well, that's why we didn't know who
Masked and
this. And
anonymous.
they're not even from this country, so.
No weapon formed against us. What? Like Pierce Brosnan, Hugh Laurie, all the other British actors people know. Every single actor that's played James Bond. Or the dude that, I can't remember his name, but he is a noted actor because if you see his face, you're like, oh, that's that dude from that movie. He used to be a footballer, and I mean like how the British use football, not like how we do it, but like actual soccer. He was a soccer hooligan. Ah, man, hold on. I'll find him. Soccer. Because he was in Road Trip. He was one of the soccer hooligans on the bus in Euro Trip.
I don't know the names of anybody.
Actor. Oh, Vinnie Jones. There we go. That's the person I want. This guy.
Oh.
Yeah, you've seen him in like everything, but it's never like, you know.
Yeah.
Vinnie Jones. He was a soccer player. Like a professional soccer player before everybody was like, oh, we love soccer. He was in it. He was in it.
He was in it before it was cool.
Actually, it's always been cool. We just never accepted it. Anyway, we are on the last part of this story. He jumped off the bridge. This next one is Sachs Bridge, covered bridge in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and it's considered to be haunted due to its history during the Battle of Gettysburg. What there isn't.
Right.
Legends claim that 3 Confederate soldiers were hanged from the beams on the bridge for desertion and spying. Their spirits are said to remain. So that's 2 reasons 3 soldiers. Were 2 of them spies, 1 of them a deserter, 2 of them deserters, and 1 of them a spy? That's so interesting to me. I like that. Because it's weird that you've got 2 deserters and a spy, unless my brain is putting them... But it would have to be at the same time that those things are discovered. Because it's at the Battle of Gettysburg. So they had to have
Or
just...
maybe they all deserted and were spying.
So they were hung for spying and desertion.
Yeah. That's the way I read it. I didn't have to look all that into it.
Well, you also would know if you didn't like this kind of stuff. But that strikes me as strange. I forgot that we were on video and I've been playing with my nose for like 5 minutes. Alright, so there are reports of disembodied spirits, or voices, shadow figures, floating heads, the feeling of something. Oh, something like a rope tightening. I was like, feeling of something. Okay, I feel something. The tightening of a rope around their necks. You can often smell a heavy scent of cigar smoke. And the bridge was built sometime between 1852 and 1854 by a man named David Stone. This bridge is located near the hospitals and battlefields that were used during Gettysburg. The bridge tends to draw a crowd in who are interested in the paranormal because of the floating heads and the disembodied voices and things like that.
Of course.
In the daytime, it's beautiful. But at night, several individuals have claimed to see soldiers hanging from the bridge. Due to heavy rains in 1996 and 1997, the bridge was washed off of its foundations and moved downstream. It's been taken over by the Gettysburg Preservation Associated. I'm going to assume association. And has since been repaired, which is awesome. That would be, I think, a historical activist getting in on that. The next bridge has a ghastly tale. That sounds like it came straight out of a Stephen King horror movie, which is awesome. This is called Hell's Bridge.
This one's pretty cool.
Is it? All the other bridges she thought were just complete crap. This one,
No.
awesome. How much of that are you applying, babe? I don't think they are. I've kissed you quite a bit and they feel quite nice. Hell's Bridge in Rockford, Michigan. Children were being abducted in the local area of the bridge, so townspeople decided to search for the abductor and left their children in the care of a fictional character named Frisky. Will it Well, no, I'm not worried about Frisky. I'm worried about the fictional character. It's like I said a sentence. Let me just. This is how my mind just immediately interpreted it.
Okay.
Children were abducted in the local area of the bridge, so the townspeople decided to search for the abductor and left their children in the care of a fictional character named Bugs Bunny.
Well, because this isn't this is just like their local legend. It's not something that really happened.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well, so they left. That takes all the fun out of this story.
All their children with some strange name.
Named Frisky, who's fictional. It might be. I like Frisky. It's spelled. It could be Frisky. I might call him Frisky. Now, it is said that he was an elderly gentleman, but actually turned into the one abducting and killing the children. Even though the townspeople thought he was kind and caring. Frisky may have been possessed by demons and killed the children that he was supposed to be looking after. The enraged parents hung the old man from the bridge. Now, legend says if you go there after midnight, you can hear the evil laughter emanating from the other side of the river, and you can see the face of the children in the water. That would be terrifying. Witnesses also claim that they have seen red glowing eyes in the woods and on the bridge, along with hearing the sounds of children's screams and laughter. The stone bridge where Frisky was hung has been replaced by the current metal footbridge. So, there you go. Now, the Wabash Cannonball Bridge in Illinois, also known as the Purple Head Bridge, is said to be
This is
haunted.
the one that's cool. I thought it was the other one.
Thought to be Julia, you interrupted me. I have no idea where I am now. Is said to be haunted by several figures. There we go. One popular legend involves a floating purple head that can be summoned by driving onto the bridge at midnight, turning off the lights, and honking the horn 3 times. Other stories claim that it is haunted by a Native American shaman who died on a battlefield without proper burial. What would they consider proper burial? Is it just putting them in the ground? Is it a proper burial by Christian standards or Native American standards? Because that one, I would hope it would be Native American standards, because if it was Christian standards, I don't know. That just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I assumed it was by the Native American standards.
Now, some say that a man tried to commit suicide there, but something went horribly wrong when he jumped from the bridge with the noose around his neck. He inadvertently decapitated himself. I would say that went quite right for him. There's not a whole lot of life left if you ain't got no head.
Right?
I'd say that worked out for him. The side of the floating head can be seen bobbing around the bridge. Others say, calm down, the KKK activity from the 1960s caused the disturbances, and then of course some blame the Native American shaman who wasn't given a proper burial. I say it's time, high time, white people stop blaming the natives. Alright, anytime something goes wrong, land don't like you much because we put the natives in it and we didn't bury them right.
Right?
It's not the natives. They don't care.
Built over top of them.
They're trying to haunt you from living. All right. I've seen a lot of pictures that that have Native Americans crying in front of the Mount Rushmore. I'm sorry, guys. You got defeated. That's just how it goes. That's what conquering nations do. You didn't see Caesar come in and say, I came, I saw, I conquered. I feel just awful about it. All right. We apologized. We gave you some land. Yeah, we pushed you away, but let's just calm down, okay? My people did much worse in the pursuit of conquering all of the Middle East. All right, it's just is what it is. Much worse than what happened. I'm telling you, much worse. You could just, much worse. Much worse. Now, this is a true account by John Mahan. I had one of the...
Joni. It's a woman.
Sounds like a handsome fellow. Joni Mahan. I had one of my most frightening and perplexing paranormal experiences there several years ago. It all started with a trip to Indiana. My entire family, outside of my children, because I don't want to do anything with them, resides in this Midwestern state. Hold on. That sentence didn't make sense. It all started with a trip to Indiana. My entire family, outside of my children, resides in this Midwestern state, scattered mostly in the southern tip. I hope her children.
I'm pretty sure they are because she took a trip to Indiana.
Well, then that sentence is or that part of the sentence is unnecessary.
That's what she said.
She needs to be better at writing.
She writes books.
Clearly not good ones. When I return for visits, there's always like a ghost hunt set up waiting for me. Is she like a ghost writer?
Mm-hmm.
I read that. Remember that the one we did, that Rebecca girl. We'll talk about it later. Initially, my family and friends were taken aback by my ghost hunting, but after hearing about my adventures and sampling some of the tantalizing EVPs, they wanted to experience it for themselves.
Why are you gonna breathe so hard?
Because they're tantalizing EVPs. Through this, I've gotten to investigate several locations that I never dreamed of pursuing on my own. This bridge is a good example. Our group was fairly small, consisting of my sister Leah. I can't keep doing this. My old high school friend John and his wife Melinda, who I never really liked because I love John. High school drama. While Melinda was a firm believer in the paranormal, John was decidedly on the fence. I'm glad that we are the same age, so you knew where that joke was. While Melinda was a firm believer in the paranormal, John was decidedly on the fence. Now, it was a muggy summer, and the cool breeze from the Wabash River was a welcome relief. It had taken us several wrong turns to find the bridge, but once we did, we saw a man with 3 teeth, 1 eye, and 3 fingers just ripping some poor deer apart. We need to turn around right now.
Gross.
We've seen this movie. No, we just stopped at the end and took it all in. It looked like an old train bridge. My sister told us that we were supposed to drive out to the middle of the bridge and turn off the lights, and if we were lucky, we'd see the purple head floating somewhere near the bridge. It's really getting harder and harder with the purple head thing to not make a penis joke. Like they're going out here to see the tip of the penis. Ooh, let's honk our horns and see if we can get them randy.
Ooh, yes.
Wiener! Ask me about my wiener! Oh, man. Now, as it turns out, it was nearly impossible and actually quite dangerous to do this. We ended up parking and walking, and we continued down the narrow road. The trees grew into a canopy across the road, providing a dark tunnel for us to navigate. The dirt path trailed into the deep forest, providing a perfectly chilling backdrop to what we would soon experience. We walked single file down the trail with just our flashlights and a cadence of crickets and cicadas chirping from the depths of the darkness. Oh, now she's letting her authorship come out. I see. Our smiles soon faded as we reached the end of the path. You are actively on camera, not paying attention to the story.
I'm paying attention. I wrote it, thank you.
I know you did, but they're looking at you going, if he's not telling the story right. Fine, but you couldn't have a lick on the forehead. The area was no larger than a standard size living room. There was a park bench and a single grave. The first thing I noticed was how quiet it was. The trees barely stirred in the breeze, and even the crickets and cicadas quieted down. I don't know why I said that with a Scottish accent. I said people are like, that wasn't Scottish. Idiot. Wrapped up and cut up. Let me get it up and get the butt up. That's the sound you make. I turned on my recorder, but before I could even begin to speak, I began hearing voices nearby. I paused and asked the others if they heard it also. I wouldn't know until later, but I had actually recorded a very poignant EVP. During the break between my sentences, a ghostly voice says, "I hear it, Noid." We all sat quietly for a minute, but couldn't hear anything. After a while, I pulled out my flashlight. While I'm not a huge fan of using a flashlight as an investigation tool, I will admit that it has its advantages. Sometimes it comes on instantly when a question is asked. It also gives everyone something to focus on during the EVP session, keeping them both entertained and quiet as they watch the light. If your friends are entertained by a light, a flashlight at that, you need new friends. You need new friends. They're sitting there thinking, okay, how can I be this? That's if they're staring at a flashlight, they're not. You just lost them. Almost immediately, I asked if there was anyone here with us. Can you turn on the light? And I felt a whoosh come in from the forest behind me. Yes, I felt a whoosh. It felt like a small comet of cold air blowing into me with a force that sent my hair flying in front of my face. I jumped up from the bench, startled. As everyone goggled me, I laughed, embarrassed to be so easily alarmed. Some fearless ghost hunter I was. What I didn't realize was I had a very good reason to jump from my seat. The whoosh I felt wasn't just a cold breeze, it was a ghost, and he had a message for us. He hissed before I jumped off the bench. After composing myself again, I sat back down and asked a couple of more questions, which were left unanswered. I turned it over to the next person in the group. Shush! I sat quietly until everyone asked for the... until everyone had a chance to ask questions. Now, no more EVPs were recorded until we got to move up to the grave. And when we got to the grave, I began to ask about the white light as my words came out. What? When we got to the grave, I began talking about the white light. As my words came out, they almost sounded like a prayer. I told them the white light was a place of peace and of love, and their families were waiting for them with open arms. I encouraged them to pass through. As I finished, I stepped backward and almost fell in a hole. As I giggled, you can hear a very distinct response, and it sounded like it came from someone within a very strong southern dialect saying, "I'm gonna get the light." Now, we spent a few more minutes there paying our respects to the fallen soldiers before heading back to the path to our cars. Now, Joni Mahan is a paranormal investigator and freelance writer, which means she gets paid not by a publisher, but just by people that buy her book. This particular story comes from her book called The Soul Collector, the true story of one paranormal investigator's worst nightmare. Sounds like something we should write down.
Yeah.
Man, those things kind of suck.
What?
Those pen pads you got there.
Well, they're not real.
No, I know, they kind of suck. I know. Why do you think I say they suck? Mitchell. No, it's Mahan. Mayhan. Now, this next story... Hold on, let me check our time. You want to break it up? How many... So the I-4 dead zone is a haunted section of the Interstate 4. Oh my goodness, I'm going to redo that. The I-4 dead zone is a haunted section of Interstate 4 in Sanford, Florida, and it is known for its supernatural occurrences and tragic history, including a failed German immigrant colony from the 1800s that was devastated by a yellow fever outbreak. The area is believed to be haunted by the settlers who were buried there, and drivers report phenomenal phenomena like phones losing service, apparitions, unusual lights. Now, in the 1870s, German immigrants founded a colony on the land that's now the I-4 dead zone. You had the yellow fever epidemic in the 1887 that decimated the colony, with survivors burying the dead in the area before leaving. When it was built in the 1960s, the highway was constructed over the old cemetery, obviously disturbing graves. Now, the specific stretch is a quarter-mile section in Sanford near the St. John Rivers Bridge over Lake Monroe. Now, some legends also mention a ghostly hitchhiker, a phantom trucker, white horse from a funeral procession in the area. The specific area is known for car crashes and fatalities. In 2007, a report went out that said that nearly 440 crashes had happened between 1999 and 2006. That actually doesn't seem from 1999 to 2006, that's not...
In just a quarter mile of an area, though? I mean, that's not a big...
I don't know what a quarter mile... Every time Vin Diesel said I live by mile, a quarter mile, or my life, a quarter mile at a time, I was like, I don't know what that is. I don't know. How do you do that? What's a quarter of a mile? 25 cents worth of a mile? That's how I do it. Is it 25 feet? Is that quarter of a mile?
But from here to the cutoff road is like a half a mile. So it would be less than that.
Oh.
And 440 people wrecked just in that little strip.
Okay. Now, on this day, this section opened in... I'm sorry. On the day that this section opened... I think the dog's on it.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's everywhere. Ugh.
On this day, this section opened in 1963. A shrimp, it's one of the Three Stooges. A shrimp truck jackknifed and crashed, killing the driver. The immigrants were part of a plan by Henry Sanford. I like how we just jumped right back to the immigrants.
This was the day the doctor took me off my medicine.
It shows.
Yeah.
The immigrants were part of a plan by Henry Sanford, head of the Florida Land and Colonization Company of 1870, to create a Roman Catholic community called St. Joseph's Colony to populate the area. Only 4 families were moved there, and 4 members of one family died. They were buried in the woods north of the railroad to avoid contagion. However, they were buried unshriven because their priest was in Tampa and was unable to deliver last rites, so I guess they just... I don't know what last rites are. This seems like another stupid Catholic thing that I don't get. No, I know it is a stupid Catholic thing, but I just don't understand it.
It's like...
What's the point in having your last rites? It's like your last chance to get forgiven?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
And
First, it's not even a priest's job.
I think even if you are forgiven or whatever the Catholic people do, when you die, it's customary that someone comes and reads you your last rites. I don't exactly know.
I can't do any Hail Marys if I'm dead, bro.
I don't know that it's necessarily like.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know what last rites are, so. A man named D.V. Warren later bought the land, and it had been, which had actually been absorbed into the Lake Monroe Township, and cleared it, but left the burial site alone. A farmer named Albert Hawkins bought the land in 1905, discovered the crosses, disturbed them, and reportedly then burned his house down. Albert Hawkins sounds like he was a crazy guy.
Right?
He's actually the man in the bushes that's been coming around throwing
That's
hedges.
like a bunny.
Another farmer tried to remove the rusty wire fence around the graves, and on that same day, his house burned down. The ghosts are like, we know what to do with this fool.
Right?
We're going to burn the contagion.
Everything is on fire.
No! The next, in the 1950s, a small boy tried to dig up one of the graves, and the next night, he was killed by a drunk driver who was never identified nor apprehended. Them ghosts do not play.
Right?
Touch my grave again. Drunk driver. Bam. See you, little Sammy.
They were German.
It's 'cause they were German. No, honey, these aren't German. This is what I'm saying.
The German immigrants.
Oh, the German immigrants are causing
yeah,
the... okay.
That's who was buried there.
I thought you were saying they were killing these people because they were German.
No, it was the German immigrants. You won't mess with us. Take you out. That's what they were saying.
So you're saying that what happened during the Holocaust was just genetic memory? They've just been burning people for so many years.
Yep.
That's their go-to response.
This is what our ancestors told us to do.
Mr. Grettenberg, you owe $40 to the IRS. Where's the fucking building? I'm gonna burn it down. That's just their answer.
Right?
What is the building? On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed these stories and all the penis talk that we've had. I hope it thrilled you a little, chilled you a little, maybe even gave you the nighttime feeling. If not, that's fine. I'm not going to satisfy your needs one way or the other. However,
Soft basket will.
I was just getting to that. Salty garlic and sock basket are on the outs. Now, I will tell you this. Salt basket, or sock basket, is a dude. So if you're not into dudes, don't put your penis at the end of the bed where your feet normally would be, thinking that salty garlic's going to help you out, because as we've said before, if she's willing to take the skin off of your soles, she will also take the skin off your skin flute, so that it'll just be a muscle flute, I guess, full of nerves, and no one's blowing that. So curl up them feet, curl up the penis, and get some good sleep. Also, I did say there was an announcement. I don't know that we're going to have a part 2 of Dale Scott. But we will have a pseudo part 2, because what ended up happening is I was using his book on Kindle, and Kindle said we don't like this book anymore and got rid of it. So I have to order the book again, and it just wasn't catching my attention like normally these books do.
Yeah.
So I thought I needed to finish it for you guys, so I got on Facebook and found Dale Scott. Wasn't the Dale Scott I was looking for, but he actually is a paranormal investigator who does a YouTube channel called, what did I say it was? The Horror Roadsides, I think is. Hold on, I want to shout him out right, because he was very kind to even offer to come onto the show without, he said, do you guys want a guest? And I was like, I'm going to talk to my wife, but yeah, I don't see why that, because he's got a lot of stories. I'm going to check it out right now. The Horror Roadsides Show. I think this is it here. That looks like Dale Scott. My wife and I love paranormal. If you are a fan, they actually seem to go to the places. Or I don't know if this is the right dude. Hold on. I don't know if this is the right dude. Anyway, Dale Scott has a YouTube channel that I am now that I type in Dale Scott haunting, they're like, hey, look at this. Yes, it is the Horror Roadside Show. He's either an investigator or he does the same thing we do, but travels to the location. I don't know. I haven't watched a video of his yet, only because I want to save it, but he's willing to come on to the show, so we will have a Dale Scott too, but it won't be the continuation of that story, and I'm terribly sorry. But with that being said, guys, bye. Look at little Franklin watching his puppy videos. But you don't have to watch puppy videos. You can watch Ghosted in West Virginia and join our channel. And if you think about it, you could also go over to Ghosted in West Virginia Facebook page and share and subscribe there as well. Of course, if you don't, you're a loser.